Stick with me, you are about to watch the wildest Moore family transmigration story. I unlocked the Escape the Moore family system. Why to dodge a terrible fate caused by the newly found biological young master Harry Moore. Sure, the real young master is actually a reincarnator, but he would never figure out why he lost, even at his absolute limit. Not only did he completely fail to claim the Moore family fortune, but totally flipping his expectations, every single one of my older sisters ended up obsessing over me instead. Fast forward to family dinner. The whole Moore family was secretly listening to my telepathic chat. I asked System Melon, you know about my eldest sister Olivia Moore, right? Her fiancé is totally cheating on her and he is playing the field hard. Hearing this juicy drama, my eyes went wide. Wait, what Felix Foster? Isn't that guy the famous model gentleman of the entire capital? Even Mom and Dad praise him endlessly. Sitting right across from me, Olivia immediately puffed her chest proudly. Her guy was supposed to be perfect, but the very next second, System Melon totally dumped a massive bucket of ice water on her little parade. People love faking it. We are not mind readers inside his head. How could anyone possibly know his true colors? Olivia dug her fingernails into her palms. She completely refused to believe this absolute nonsense no matter what. Slamming the table, she glared at me fiercely. Max Moore, what on earth are you blabbering about? I jumped back, totally startled. Eldest sister, I never said a single word, but inside I was panicking. Holy smokes, this woman just snapped out of nowhere. No wonder Felix keeps a side piece. Look at that fierce temper. Suddenly, my third sister, Penelope, kicked my shin hard under the table. Just eat your food, she mouthed. That random command left me completely baffled. Now watch closely. I awkwardly stood up for more rice, still listening to the drama. I asked the system, so how far have they gone? The system chuckled mischievously. Host, they entered a hotel and haven't left. It has been 2 hours. It is 1 a.m. And 0 signs of them stopping. I was genuinely impressed. Wow, that long eldest sister is definitely going to have a wild time later. Right behind me, Olivia completely lost it. She abruptly stood up, rushed straight into the bathroom, and aggressively dialed Felix's number. But even after 12 calls, absolute silence. A chaotic storm of messy thoughts invaded her mind, making her incredibly frustrated and angry. Third sister Penelope gently knocked on the door. Olivia, you cannot believe everything Max claims. Do not let it bother you. Olivia replied, her voice sounding totally helpless. Penny, I called Felix 12 times and he ignored every single one. My texts are sinking like heavy stones. Penelope desperately tried to comfort her. Don't overthink things. Maybe he is genuinely busy and hasn't checked his phone. Wait a bit, then ask him calmly. If not, we will just confront Max. Just leave me alone for a minute. Olivia shook her head, left the bathroom, and stomped upstairs. But right at that exact moment, my internal voice echoed in everyone's ears again. Geez, eldest sister doesn't look okay at all. Melon, any hot updates? System replied, host. There is an 80% chance Olivia already knows. She literally just tried calling him. Before the system could finish, I thought, wait, he totally ignored her, right? I told you this Felix guy has crazy stamina. He is probably extending his little battlefield until sunrise. You and I both know that was a mistake. Instantly, the Moore sisters' faces turned pitch black. A terrifying aura engulfed the second floor. Olivia suddenly yanked her bedroom door open and slammed it shut. Feeling the massive shift in the atmosphere, I shivered. Melon. Why did it suddenly get so freezing in here? System answered. Reporting to host, it is indeed extremely bone-chilling. Quite refreshing for the soul, really. I was utterly speechless. Melon, be serious. Harry is bad enough, do not join in on the bullying. At 2 a.m., David Moore, the family patriarch, received an investigation report from Butler Barnes. His fury was completely uncontrollable. That absolute scumbag dares to bully my daughter! He roared loudly, storming right toward Olivia's room. Inside the room, Olivia just got a call back from Felix. Baby, I was so busy just now, my phone was totally on silent. I'm so sorry, my love. What were you busy with? Olivia's voice was as cold as ice, oozing pure pressure. Tell me. Felix hurriedly explained, don't be mad, Olivia. I was inspecting a project site and discussing business with a few big bosses. I couldn't check my phone. Hearing this obvious lie, Olivia softened a bit. But the second she hung up, her bedroom door burst wide open. David Moore stood there with a face like thunder. Olivia, that punk Felix is currently in room 5201 at the Zenith Hotel. If you do not believe me, we are going there to see it with our very own eyes right now. Olivia totally froze. Her legs completely gave out and she nearly collapsed. Luckily, David grabbed her just in time. His heart ached for his daughter, but his resolve stayed firm. If you do not believe it, go see it. A quick heartbreak is better than dragging this out. You need to see his face. Trust me, we are just getting started. The commotion woke the house. All right, stick with me here. You are about to watch an entire family go totally ballistic after uncovering a massive, heartbreaking betrayal by Felix. Felix, you absolute trash! How dare he hurt our eldest sister! The incredibly loud, angry shouting violently pulled me right from sweet sleep. I sleepily opened my door, rubbing my eyes. Before I could process the chaos, Penelope practically dragged me downstairs. The whole furious mob piled into the family cars, and I nervously asked, where are we going? My mom, Sarah, bluntly replied, Max, that huge jerk Felix is cheating. I instantly perked up. What? Cheating? How did everyone find out? From the front seat, Olivia shot me an absolutely freezing glare, making me instantly shrink back and stare out the car window. But deep down, I was whispering, Melon, how did they know? They aren't even married yet. Does this seriously count as cheating, at worst a mistress? System sighed. Host, that specific question is way too advanced. Melon genuinely has no clue either. Clearing the tension, David Moore suddenly spoke right up. Max, your sister called him earlier, but he ignored it. I felt super suspicious, so I quickly had Butler Barnes look into things. Now watch closely here. Who knew this total scumbag was at Zenith Hotel fooling around with some girl named Sophie? I thought exposed that easily. Felix's hiding skills are absolutely garbage. If it were me, you would never catch me. Caught means losing. David coughed violently, interrupting my racing thoughts completely. Max, when we get there, you need to charge in first. I jumped up. Wait, what? Are there major physical risks to charging in? Mom quickly soothed me. Max, Dad just means you are a huge guy. Go in first and pin that scumbag straight down. Do not let him escape. Completely speechless, I just thought, okay, that logic makes perfect sense. Soon our angry squad arrived at Zenith Hotel. With furious momentum, we marched straight up to room 5201. Outside, David gave me a firm look. Reluctantly, I knocked gently. Hello, room service delivery. Please open the door. Inside, Felix had actually just finished his shady business. Hearing the voice, he patted the woman in his arms. Baby, did you order any food? Sophie replied lazily. I ordered nothing. Go check. Hesitantly, Felix slowly cracked the heavy door open. Who is there? The exact moment that door opened a crack, I shoved it incredibly hard, charged right in and tackled Felix straight to the floor. The family swarmed inside. Seeing panicked Sophie wrapped in a blanket on the waterbed, Olivia's legs instantly turned to jelly. She slumped right to the floor, tears streaming down her face. David was absolutely seeing red. He grabbed Felix by the collar and delivered a massive, solid punch to his face. Felix stumbled, falling right next to Sophie. Fourth sister, Stella cursed, You absolute trash! How dare you bully our sister! Fifth sister. Chloe glared at him, eyes full of pure disgust. Third sister Penelope said nothing, but her intense gaze was as sharp as a deadly scalpel. Felix scrambled up, panicking, throwing himself to his knees before Olivia. Olivia, listen, it is not what you think. Without hesitation, Olivia delivered a resounding, ice-cold slap. Can you even believe this pathetic garbage? Taking the hit. Felix practically begged. Olivia, punish me. Just calm down, please. Olivia was shaking entirely. Why would you treat me like this? Desperate. Felix pointed a trembling finger at Sophie, clinging to her like a lifeline. It was her, she seduced me. Stella stepped forward, absolutely furious. You complete bastard, things reached this terrible point, and you still dare blame the woman? Penelope finally spoke up, her voice totally chilling. Felix, our Moore family has never treated you poorly, right? You do something this filthy and still try shifting the blame onto someone else. Do you really think our whole family is a bunch of idiots? From today forward, do not ever dare step foot near the Moore family again. Hearing this, Felix's face immediately turned ashen. Every meticulous little scheme he plotted had completely and utterly crumbled. He opened his mouth, trying desperately to make one last pathetic struggle. Penny, let me finish. Shut up! Penelope roared, cutting him off. Who is your family? Then a sharp, hate-filled voice dropped like a bomb. Felix Foster, you absolute scumbag! I hope you suffer forever. Everyone completely jumped and turned around. Sophie, who was cowering in the corner, no longer looked terrified. Her face was totally flushed with pure anger and despair. Tears mixed with pure resentment poured right down her cheeks. "It was you got me drunk. You used sweet words to trick me, promising massive resources. Now that you are caught, you want to pin this on me, Felix. I curse you to live a completely miserable life. I will literally never let you off for this." The second she finished, David mercilessly punched Felix again, sending him rolling right across the floor. He spat, "You are worse than an animal daring to play with my daughter's feelings." Then David's face completely hardened as he turned to the sobbing Sophie. "As for you, you better keep your mouth totally shut. Otherwise, I have 100 ways to ruin your entire life." That dark threat carried an absolutely irresistible, totally terrifying heavy weight. Sophie quickly covered her mouth, terrified. And honestly, you and I both know David Moore is a man of his absolute word. Let's dive right in. Mom Sarah guides a totally heartbroken Olivia outside. The rest of us quietly follow. Boom. Just like that, the pathetic cheating duo Felix and Sophie are left alone in the room. Inside the car, Penelope holds Olivia's hand, trying to comfort her. "Eldest sister, stop being sad. A trashy guy like that isn't worth a single tear." Beside her, Stella and Chloe nod their heads vigorously. Exactly right. Sarah looks at her heartbroken daughter, feeling like her own heart is getting absolutely shattered. "Olivia, stop thinking about him. Just forget that total loser." Taking a deep breath, Olivia looks super pale and totally exhausted. "I am fine. Don't worry about me." But right on cue, my voice suddenly echoes in their heads again. "Eldest sister is super strong, but honestly, you cannot blame Felix entirely for this mess. I mean, Sophie's figure is absolutely top tier. What man could even resist that instantly every single pair of eyes in the car locks onto me? Flinching hard and feeling totally guilty, I nervously stammer, "Why are you all staring at me?" Penelope, terrified I might catch on to their secret mind reading, quickly covers it up. "Why don't you comfort your sister?" She nudges me hard. Staring at her intense gaze, which looks ready to swallow me whole, I helplessly sigh and mutter, "Fine." A good man never fights with women. Turning to Olivia, I force a super stiff smile. "Eldest sister, why be sad? It is honestly no big deal. And it's not your fault. Men in this world are all like that anyway." No, I mean it is all that bastard Felix's fault." "Don't let it get to you." The second those words leave my mouth, the entire car goes completely dead silent. "What do you mean all men are like that?" Unsurprisingly, David reacts first. "Max, what absolute nonsense are you spouting? Not all men are like that. Look at your old man here. I have been entirely devoted to your mother my whole life. Watch closely now. He is getting way too defensive, right? I think to myself. Let's see if good old dad is hiding any wild skeletons in his closet. Hey, system, do a quick background check for me. Does my dad have any huge scandals?" The exact second this thought rings out, Sarah and all the sisters instantly perk up their ears. David's legs start shaking. Cold sweat completely pours down his back. System says command received, host. Running scan. David Moore currently has 0 major scandals. However, next month is your parents' anniversary and he is secretly preparing a massive surprise for your mother. I am super disappointed. Are you kidding me? You call that a scandal? David lets out a huge sigh of relief. The corner of his mouth twitches into a total smug smirk. Even though I accidentally ruined his surprise, at least his reputation is completely safe. Sarah offers a faint, barely noticeable smile. The sisters giggle softly. Even Olivia looks a little bit less gloomy now. Returning to the Moore villa, as soon as we get out of the cars, Harry, the actual real young master recently brought back home, comes jogging over. "Mom, Dad, everyone is back." "Where did you go?" David gives a vague answer. "Just went to handle some business. Your sisters and brother went with me." Sarah smiles warmly. "You were fast asleep at the time, so I didn't wake you." Harry nods obediently, but his hands grip his shirt super tightly. Internally, he is snarling. "Curse you, Max. Sooner or later, I will kick you out of the Moore family." Too lazy to care about him, I flop onto the sofa and start mindlessly scrolling through my phone. Everyone else quickly disperses as well. I know what you are thinking, finally some peace, right? Nope. The next morning, by the living room sofa, 3 of my sisters are completely immersed in their own worlds. Harry's eyes sweep over them, finally stopping right on 4th sister Stella. "4th sister, what are you drawing? Let me see." But Stella just gives him a harsh side eye. Her brows slightly furrow as her stylus continues gliding across her tablet. Harry looks at the screen and memories of his past life suddenly flood back. He knows exactly what the major problem with this design is and how to fix it. He opens his mouth ready to give her some pointers, but I glance over and internally ask the system melon, "What is up with fourth sister Stella over there?" System replies, "Host fourth sister is designing a high-end dress, but she is stuck on how to integrate the patterns." Oh snap. Harry is about to give her advice. If he actually manages to win over all the sisters, my destiny as the cannon fodder is totally sealed. I need to make money and run away. ASAP system says, "Calm down, host. The problem is that the pattern just does not match the dress. Just change the pattern. Problem solved." I think changing the pattern is really that simple. How did she not see that? Hearing this, Stella pauses her stylus, feeling a massive surge of annoyance. This brat dares to look down on me. System explains it is not that she doesn't see it, but her design style has always been super bold. She likes adding a sharp edge to softness. However, this particular dress requires pure, soft elegance. The current pattern is way too aggressive. I have a total epiphany, professional habits getting in the way. Stella freezes, totally mind-blown. A huge smirk lights up her face. Trust me, you are going to want to see what happens next. Jump into this wild drama. She lowered her head, stylus flying across the screen. Penelope and Chloe traded looks. Mind reading strikes again. Our guy was totally spot on. Harry, thinking his timing was absolute perfection, confidently started bragging about the cool Byzantine patterns right on her screen. Sister that doesn't exactly fit the dress hemline at all. But Stella completely tuned him out, hyper-focused on her editing, smiling even wider. Clueless, Harry actually thought she was smiling just for him. He gave me this super smug, challenging glare. Total flex move. Right then, David's loud voice suddenly echoed through the room. "Harry, take the keys to the Rolls-Royce Phantom. It is parked in the garage." Harry was absolutely thrilled. He purposely tossed those luxury keys up and down right in front of me, showing off. I was fuming, wanting to totally humble his smug face. "A Rolls-Royce! Everyone wants a shiny supercar to impress the ladies." The system quickly chimed in. Host, take a deep breath. "You own a ride too. Try recalling the original plot." I froze for a second, then quickly searched my memories. My eyes instantly lit up. Holy cow, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, ha 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 ha! The three sisters watched my mood swing from super jealous to ecstatic, totally struggling to hide their giggles. During breakfast, David set down his chopsticks and declared, "Max, Harry, this afternoon you two are heading to Jiangcheng University to officially enroll." I was busy munching on some chicken. My expression instantly froze with pure annoyance. I can easily go by myself. Harry played victim. "Dad, he really hates going anywhere with me, doesn't he?" David looked surprised. Feeling a massive headache brewing, Sarah sternly warned Harry, "Do not think like that. And Max, why dislike him? You two are brothers. You really must look out for each other." Harry bowed his head like a good kid. "Yes, Mom, I get it." But inside, he was furious. They still do not trust me enough. In his previous life, Max would have been tossed out by now. The four sisters just quietly ate. With their sharp instincts, they easily saw right through Harry's fake act. They frowned slightly, staying completely silent. That same afternoon, right outside the massive garage. Now pay close attention here. Harry proudly stood by the Phantom, smirking at me like he won. But just then, a massive, imposing black SUV slowly rolled out of hiding. Driver Barnes happily waved his hand. "Young master, your premium ride is fully prepped. Full tank. Ready to roll." I confidently walked over, patted the shiny hood, and faced Harry. "Sweet ride you have. So cute and tiny. Mine is just a little bit bigger." "Ha ha." Harry completely froze. His arrogant smile vanished instantly. Hearing my massive vehicle flex his face turned an absolutely hilarious shade of bright green. He is doing this on purpose. Totally on purpose. How did Max get a Cullinan? Mom and Dad are playing serious favorites here. David watched this entire funny scene and sighed helplessly. Though deep down, he was equally stunned. Where did Max get that Cullinan? This clever kid is hiding secrets. Harry forced down his anger, faking a calm vibe as he hopped into the Maybach. Wait, wasn't it a Phantom earlier? Oh well, a luxury car is a luxury car. Meanwhile, I was in an absolutely fantastic mood, yelling, "Uncle Barnes, follow Dad." The two epic supercars zoomed away from the villa, racing toward Jiangcheng University. Inside his ride, watching the trees pass, Harry was absolutely seething. Why does some fake outsider get a shiny Cullinan? All of this should belong to me. In my previous life, it never went like this. The more he dwelled on it, the more jealous he grew. His gaze darkened completely. He secretly promised himself he would quickly charm his family, gather massive wealth, and build some totally unstoppable connections. You and I know his grand plan. Jiangcheng University is his hunting ground. Armed with future memories, he is absolutely certain he can easily crush me into the dirt. Right at that same moment, back at the Moore mansion, Penelope calmly sipped her window coffee. Our sixth brother's Cullinan highly intriguing. Stella hugged her glowing tablet without looking up, answering, "When it comes to annoying people, he is top tier. Did you see Harry's super angry face? Totally deserved it." Chloe, scrolling through the spicy gossip, agreed, annoying. Eldest sister Olivia narrowed her sharp eyes. Harry has bad intentions. That raw jealousy in his eyes when he looks at Max is super obvious. Mom blindly falls for his sweet act out of pure guilt. We must monitor him closely. Penelope softly drummed her fingers on the table. Exactly right. His silly little tricks are super obvious compared to our sixth brother's genius mind. It is like he is walking around totally exposed while our sixth brother just wants to escape. Keep dreaming, little boy. Stella grinned, eyes sparkling. With us amazing sisters around, do you honestly think our walking Lucky Charm can escape? He has plenty of clever tricks hidden up his sleeve, like a guy planning to stir up massive drama on campus. The brilliant sisters traded secret glances, their warm smiles hiding deep mysteries. You and I are hooked. 30 minutes later, freshman Harry was smoothly chatting up a cute senior. "Hi, I am Harry Moore, business class 1. Let's dive right into this masterpiece." The senior smiled, held up a hand, and told her coworker to grab Harry Moore's business administration file. Her coworker started sorting the big stack of paperwork. Then the senior looked right at me. "What's your major, friend?" I just calmly replied. "Finance. Max Moore." Instantly, the senior's eyes absolutely lit up. Her voice shot up like 8 octaves. "Oh my goodness, you are Max Moore, the literal entrance exam valedictorian. That is incredibly amazing. Here are your keys and files. Welcome to Jiangcheng University." I took the documents with a huge smile. "Thanks a lot, senior." Meanwhile, inside my head, I asked my system, Melon, why is Harry taking forever? Are they organizing names by letter count or what? The system chimed in. Reporting to host. It is because he is actually in class 2. I totally lost it and burst out laughing. Ha ha! But to Harry, that sound felt like pure, unfiltered mockery. He snapped his head around, face burning bright red. "What are you laughing at?" I just raised an eyebrow, walked right up to him, and dropped my voice. "Little bro, want to know why I got my stuff faster? Send me $10 for a drink and I will reveal it." Max, stop pushing it. Harry shook with absolute fury. "Fine, pay up or I am gone." I turned to leave. "Wait!" Harry clenched his jaw and angrily sent the $10. "Just say it! Now pay attention." I grinned, leaning right in to whisper, "Simply because you are in class 2. Right on cue, a totally confused senior spoke up. "Hey, are you actually in class 1? There is zero record of Harry Moore on the business administration class 1 list." I started laughing like crazy, flashing the most punchable grin before walking off like a boss, leaving Harry frozen stiff. His expression shifted from burning red to pale, total shock. He took a huge breath, fighting down the massive humiliation, and forced the heavy words through his teeth. "My bad, senior." I remembered wrong. Class 2. The senior finally got it, drawing out her slow response. "Makes sense now. Here is the class 2 list." For poor Harry, every passing second felt like an entire century. The second he snatched his keys, he sprinted from that registration desk like a literal ghost was chasing him down. He wanted the floor to just swallow him. Meanwhile, I reached my dorm room. Pushing the door open, a giant pale guy was the very first thing I saw. The bigger guy heard me, spun around, and gave me the most ridiculously enthusiastic smile ever. "Awesome, the new roommate arrived." "Hey there, I am Derek." I forced a polite, easygoing smile. "I am Max. When did you arrive?" Derek shook his head, looking smug. "Man, I arrived yesterday afternoon. You have absolutely no idea. While greeting freshmen yesterday, I saw so many stunning senior girls. Top-tier stuff. I even tracked down the newest beauty ranking list for Jiangcheng University. Come here. Broaden your horizons. Let us review our goals for the next 4 amazing years." Derek happily scrolled on his phone, but then frowned. His grin froze, voice dropping in total shock. "We both felt that shift, right?" Derek yelled. "Bro, you are incredibly famous all over campus. I just kept hanging clothes." Well, it was bound to happen. Zhang Cheng's brilliant valedictorian has officially stepped onto campus. It is impossible to stay low-key. Derek screamed, "No man, you are getting destroyed. A giant freshman group chat is literally tearing you apart." Completely shocked, I spun right around. "Wait, what? Who did I possibly offend?" Derek shoved the phone at me. The screen displayed the massive freshman group chat. Is that valedictorian dude just a fake heir of the Mo family? The true young master returned, but this guy still has the nerve to stay. Talk about a fake bird stealing the entire nest. And he is arrogant. The Mo family raised an ungrateful snake. Seeing this trash, my blood pressure spiked. I gripped the phone super tightly. Melon, run a trace. Which total scumbag is dragging my name through the mud? System replied, booting up trace module. Please stay calm, host. Derek asked very cautiously. Bro, are you really from the Mo family? I let out a dry laugh. Yeah, scared. Worried you will get dragged right down by association. Scared? No way. Hearing this, Derek jumped right up. I might be big, but I am a solid guy. 5 minutes talking, and I know you are legit. Obviously, someone out there is deliberately playing dirty behind your back. Tell me, what do we do? Spam the group chat to defend you or block someone from leaving their room? Just give the order. Seeing his loyal, righteous energy, my fury cooled by half. I just smiled. Thanks, man, but there is honestly no need. Fighting with crazy dogs is just pointless and messy. Stupid drama like this fades fast. Let it ride. It will cool off soon. Derek nodded enthusiastically. You are totally right. We do not sink to the level of basic petty villains. The system suddenly chimed in. Trace completely finished host. The main source is Harry Mo. He was crying about unfairness to his roommate Joey. Joey is the guy leading this whole smear campaign. And trust me, you and I know exactly what comes next. Pure, cold revenge. Stick with me day one and he is already picking fights. Thinks I am an easy target. Fine. We will settle this later. I will deal with him slowly. For the next half hour, I unpacked my luggage while talking to Derek. Hey man, got any plans for tonight? Derek looked totally hyped. Do you even need to ask? Tonight is the massive freshman welcome party. The main event is Chloe Moore, the absolute #1 campus beauty of Jiangcheng University. Hearing my fifth sister's name, I totally froze. Fifth sister goes to our school. Derek's eyes totally lit up. Bro, is she really your actual sister? I just nodded. Yeah, my fifth sister. He flashed a super ridiculous smile. My dearest brother, for the sake of our true brotherhood, please help me get just one single picture with the goddess. I laughed nervously. It is not that I refuse to help, but my relationship with my sisters is incredibly tense. This is going to be really tough. Derek grabbed my arm and shook it like a madman. Just one picture, bro. I swear I will not embarrass you. Okay, stop shaking. You will break my bones. I am dizzy. Fine, I promise, but let go. Derek grinned from ear to ear. You are my absolute savior. Hot pot is entirely on me tonight. All you can eat. Night quickly fell. Derek and I grabbed a quick bite and joined the huge crowd heading to the auditorium. We barely managed to find 2 empty corner seats. Now pay attention, because the moment we sat down, the host's booming voice kicked things off. Next up, give your loudest applause to welcome the absolute pride of Jiangcheng University, Chloe Moore. The entire auditorium completely erupted. Derek strained his neck, screaming, Goddess, I absolutely love you, on stage. Chloe wore a stunning, bright yellow designer dress. She held the microphone. The moment she finally began to sing, the entire hall fell completely silent. Her voice was crystal clear with a perfect hint of huskiness. She sang the song Dignity with incredible emotion, beautifully conveying deep regret and finally letting go. By the very final note, the whole crowd exploded in loud applause. The host walked up with a radiant smile. Thank you, Chloe, for that phenomenal performance. Next is our fun interactive segment. Everyone look at the giant screen. The lucky wheel will now select one student to sing a duet with our campus goddess, Chloe Moore. The wheel spun wildly. Thousands of hearts practically stopped beating. Then the number 26 appeared clearly. The crowd wildly buzzed as everyone frantically checked their seat numbers. Derek looked at his ticket number 25, but a second later he let out a screech of pure joy and slapped my back like a crazy thunderclap. Oh my God, you are number 26! That slap almost sent me flying. Dude, do you have to be so aggressive? I am just happy for you. Derek shoved me right out of my seat. Under the gaze of the entire auditorium, I walked onto the stage with a face that clearly screamed, I have nothing left to live for. Those glaring stage lights made me squint. Looking up, I caught a quick glimpse of Chloe's lips curving into a faint smirk. Did she actually just smile? Was that an illusion? Or am I just blinded by the lights? The system chimed in. You saw that too, right? The system just confirmed she actually smiled. Mostly because my painful, awkward walk up to this stage looked completely comical. Fine, Melon. You and I are officially sworn enemies now, I raged internally. The host handed me a microphone. Lucky student, please introduce yourself. I took a deep breath and forced a crooked smile. I am Max Moore. Whispers instantly broke out across the entire audience. Oh my God, he is that absolutely shameless fake young master. He had the guts to come up here. I was practically blowing steam out of my ears. I knew it, Melon, trace it. Which scumbag set me up behind my back? The system was fast. Host, the source is Student Council President Donald Dunn. He has been frantically pursuing Chloe Moore but keeps getting rejected. Harry Moore found him and made up a story that you also have a crush on Chloe, instantly triggering his bitter jealousy. He rigged this. I almost cursed right out loud. I have a crush on Chloe. Does that absolute jerk not even draft his ridiculous lies before speaking? The system reminded me. Legally speaking, you and Chloe Moore share zero biological relation. You are technically fair game. Whose side are you on? My stress levels completely hit the roof. Chloe heard everything about Donald and Harry's sneaky little scheme. A sharp flash of anger crossed her eyes. Talking behind my back saying Max likes me, very calculated. The entire audience grew even louder. Chloe stepped forward, her voice not loud but crystal clear through the microphone. What song do you want to sing? I nervously blurted out, a little sweetness. She nodded slightly, signaling the backstage crew to prep the track. I let out a massive sigh of relief. Thank goodness. Her aura up here is totally different from the absolute toxic snake she is at home, constantly picking bitter fights. Hearing this, Chloe's smile completely froze. This brat dares to call me a toxic snake. Very well. Max, you are completely finished. I remained totally oblivious, only noticing that the temperature on stage seemed to drop a few degrees. Trust me, watch this. The intro played, Chloe cast distractions aside, and her clear voice echoed out. Stick with me here. I took a deep breath and sang. Shaky at first, but its raw vibe completely quieted the loud crowd. Under that bright spotlight, our eyes locked for a second, sparking some crazy chemistry. 3 minutes later, flawless finish. The whole auditorium just exploded into absolute deafening cheers. Chloe casually grabbed my wrist, dragging me right to center stage. I was completely lost. Wait, what's happening? If I steal all this massive attention, these jealous guys down there will absolutely tear me apart. Hearing my internal panic, the corners of Chloe's lips curled up like a super smug prankster. Her hand was incredibly soft, leaving behind a super sweet scent. My brain short-circuited for a second. She just gave my wrist a light squeeze, then naturally let it completely go, like literally nothing happened. Her ears turned slightly pink. This brat really dared to judge me in his head. My hands are seriously itching to smack him. She kept that dazzling smile, already plotting my absolute punishment for later. Together, we gracefully bowed right to the loud audience. I was totally ready to bolt, but Chloe moved way faster. She forcefully grabbed my sleeve, aggressively dragging me off. Fifth sister, hey, slow down! Where are you taking me? Zero answers. She just kept dragging me entirely straight backstage. She spun right around, flashing this super mischievous smirk. Student council private party happens later. You are definitely coming with me tonight. I furiously shook my head. No way, sister, I seriously just arrived at Jiangcheng University. I literally don't know anybody here. It's super late, I shouldn't bother everyone. Chloe smiled faintly, her voice dripping with sudden, heavy sorrow. Bye, guys. Have absolute fun. A deeply disappointed look crossed her face, her tone softening way down. Sixth brother, sure, we really didn't talk much before, but we lived together for 18 years. Now we are at the same school. I literally just had one tiny request to introduce you to some friends, and you won't even do that. Now watch closely, things are about to flip. Guilt-tripping me with the family card. Not happening. Just as I opened my mouth to reject her, Chloe abruptly looked right up. 500 grand. My eyes basically bugged completely out, heart pounding like crazy. I'm rich. I was literally just stressing over my escape stash. Who knew Fifth Sister was a total walking goldmine? A few more missions like this and I am totally free. The system chimed. Congrats, host, on successfully scoring 500,000 for the massive escape fund. Catching my super greedy, money-hungry expression, Chloe rolled her eyes so hard internally. This kid totally fell into a cash trap and refuses to climb out. I flashed an overly flattering smile. It's a done deal, fifth sister. You are my absolute favorite biological sister. Just hand over the mission. I strictly guarantee completion. Right then, Donald Dunn literally strutted out from backstage. Seeing me totally buttering up Chloe, his bitter jealousy instantly flared up. He stomped over, yelling, "Chloe, this is a private student council party. Even if he is your brother, bringing an outsider is completely inappropriate." Chloe coldly shot right back, "My business is none of your concern. Donald and I highly advise you to stop playing dirty tricks behind everyone's backs." With that, she forcefully yanked me out of the backstage area. We both know he's fuming. Donald watched us leave, face turning totally pale. Chloe knows the duet was my setup. That's impossible. Max must have totally bad-mouthed me in front of her. Just you wait, Max. 30 minutes later, right outside an extremely exclusive VIP restaurant room, Chloe and I pushed the heavy door open. Instantly, a gorgeous girl with an absolutely stunning figure basically threw her arms right around Chloe. "Chloe, you finally made it. I've been waiting literally forever." Chloe just smiled softly. "Yeah, got a bit delayed coming here." I was completely blinded by her insane charm, just screaming internally, "Holy smokes. This senior is strictly top tier, an absolute goddess, a total feast for the eyes." Catching my deeply impure thoughts. Chloe immediately frowned, brutally elbowing my ribs. "Ouch! Fifth sister, what was that even for?" I totally yelped in pain. She completely ignored my suffering, making the formal introductions. "Mia, meet my brother Max. Sixth brother, this is my absolute best friend, Mia." Mia playfully dragged out her words, her eyes scanning me with totally obvious curiosity. "Oh, so you're the brilliant valedictorian of Jungcheon. I have literally heard so much about you. Nice to meet you, Senior Mia." I just forced a polite smile. At the next table, Harry violently glared at us, chatting his blazing anger, basically exploding like wildfire. "Why, I'm the true Moore bloodline. Why does fifth sister only ever look at that fake fine? If you seriously look down on me, don't blame me for the special gift I've prepared." He slowly lowered his head, a super dark, incredibly sinister smirk forming on his lips. I instantly sensed his absolutely toxic vibe and loudly sneered, "Well, if it isn't my precious little brother Harry, why are you here? Isn't this an exclusive council party? Are you already a core member climbing those ranks way faster than a rocket?" Hearing that brutal mock, Harry's face went completely green. He loudly ground his teeth. Donald Dunn immediately intervened. "Guys, it's simply a tiny misunderstanding. Harry's incredibly talented, wanting council access, brought him to network. Makes you think, doesn't it? You and I know real drama is coming next. Let's jump in." I played completely clueless. "Oh, saving a spot, got it." Donald seriously twitched. Harry shook with pure rage, but Chloe cut in coldly. "Enough drama, everyone grab a seat." Everyone quietly sat down. The vibe was still super awkward and intensely explosive, but they called a fake temporary ceasefire. Sitting right beside me, Derek happily stuffed roast duck into his mouth, his face totally beaming. "Max, this duck is epic, crispy skin tender meat. It smells so amazing I might faint." He grabbed another giant bite. I shot him a playful look. "Big D, you still eat like an absolute beast. Careful, you might break the chair." "Relax, I am just warming up," Derek mumbled with a full mouth. Right then, Donald's lackey Joey chimed in mockingly. What a clueless country bumpkin. Like he never saw real food. Derek stopped chewing and slammed his chopsticks down hard. "Who is a bumpkin?" Pay attention, the entire room just froze. Joey eyed Derek's huge size with disgust. "I'm talking about whoever eats like a slob. Do you not understand words? Say that again." Derek rolled up his sleeves, raising a massive giant fist. "I will punch you so hard you will stick to that wall like a literal poster forever." Joey looked terrified by that fierce aura, staying completely speechless. Donald quickly stepped up, playing peacemaker. "Brother Derek, please do not be mad." Joey speaks without thinking. "I apologize for him. Please ignore him." Derek snorted. "Donald is too polite, but my patience is massive. I do not hold grudges against trash. It lowers my value." Joey turned completely purple. He almost exploded, but Donald barked for Joey to sit. He sat down reluctantly, glaring at Derek like literal daggers. Mia leaned in to whisper, her eyes shining with curiosity. "Chloe, your brother is nothing like that vicious fake master they mention online. This handsome guy actually has some serious guts." "What chat?" Chloe frowned. Mia showed her phone, proving they dragged my name completely. "It was for scouting recruits, but your brother is the main topic. He is handsome and a total genius valedictorian." Getting close might pay off later. Seeing those harsh insults, Chloe looked extremely dark. Do not get ideas. Why not? Mia blinked. You never cared about him before. Why act like a protective mom now? Shut up. Chloe flicked her forehead. He is off limits. Stay away. I doubt that unless you like him, Mia smirked. Chloe blushed. Liking that brat dream on, then why cannot I pursue him? Give a reason. Chloe stuttered, making an excuse. Because he dislikes your type. You are loud. I disagree. You are totally lying. The two whispering girls created a cute scene, ignoring the intense tension at our table. Meanwhile, I was happily battling my delicious food alongside Derek, completely ignoring everything else. You saw that right? Harry and Donald exchanged shady looks. Donald stood up slowly, grabbing 2 wine glasses and walked right toward Chloe. Chloe, earlier backstage I misspoke and caused problems. I seriously apologize. Please forgive me. Chloe glanced at him. Thinking he was a hard-working council colleague, her overall impression of him was not entirely awful. She hesitated, grabbed the glass, and replied, "Let us leave the past behind." She drank it. Gnawing a rib, I glanced over and asked inside system, what trick is Donald pulling now? A trap. The system blared red. Host, that drink was spiked. Chloe fell into a trap. I choked. No wonder he and Harry smiled like creeps. They are playing dirty. But wait, maybe I can sneak behind them and watch the drama unfold. The system groaned heavily. Host, drop that dangerous thought now. As Chloe felt intense heat rising, she internally screamed, "That absolute jerk. Max definitely knew but never even warned me. He even wants to watch the live show. You are dead, Max." Knowing she needed to leave fast, she tried standing, but her legs felt terribly weak and her face burned bright red. Noticing the drug working, Donald quickly reached out. "Chloe, what is wrong? Are you feeling sick? Let me take you to rest. Get away." Chloe used all her remaining strength, shoved him back, and stumbled out of that private room. Donald chased her, flashing a totally sinister glare. "Trust me, you and I absolutely need to see what wild stuff happens next. Let us dive right into this crazy mess together." Mia realized something was horribly wrong, her expression dropping as she sprinted after them. Barely clinging to her remaining consciousness, Chloe stumbled desperately toward the backstage section of the massive party hall. Shaking uncontrollably, she grabbed her phone and dialed my number. "Get backstage now. Save me. 500 grand. Get here immediately." I shouted right into the phone. 500 grand, fifth sister, give me 1 minute. I am coming. Greedy jerk. Hearing that dial tone, Chloe felt so utterly helpless she nearly cried. Her entire body burned fiercely as she collapsed against the freezing wall. Meanwhile, I grabbed Derek, who was still aggressively chewing his food. "Move it! Stop eating!" "Huge emergency. What is so urgent? I am eating my wings." Fifth sister got drugged by Donald Dunn. "If we arrive late, she is done for," I roared. Derek totally exploded. That creep dared to touch my goddess. "I will turn him into minced meat." He sprinted at a speed completely unnatural for his size, dragging me behind. The second we dashed out of the restaurant, we crashed right into a panicking Mia. "Max, did you see Chloe?" "No, follow me." I rushed us straight backstage and smashed the door open. Now watch closely because this sight left everyone completely speechless. Chloe was huddled tightly in the corner, her eyes totally unfocused, her face burning red. She was breathing heavily, frantically tugging at her collar, looking entirely flushed and lost. I took one single glance and my face ignited, my heart pounding fast. Derek had his eyes bugging out, jaw hitting the floor, practically drooling all over. "Get out, both of you, right this second!" Mia yelled. Derek and I scrambled away, sliding against the hallway wall, breathing heavily with totally flushed, awkward faces. Inside the room, Mia struggled to hold Chloe and fix her clothes, screaming for backup. We burst back inside. Mia started barking orders. "Max, carry Chloe. I will grab a cab." My brain short-circuited entirely. "Carry her in this state. What if she attacks me? I am an innocent young guy. How can I manage this? Stop joking around. This is a massive crisis." Mia stomped her foot. "I cannot carry her. You are the guy. You are perfect. Hurry up or we are doomed." I clenched my jaw and hauled Chloe onto my back. "Mia, use my car." I threw my keys straight to Derek. "Sprint to the lot and grab my Cullinan." "Move!" A Cullinan. Derek totally froze, then quickly snapped back to reality. "Okay, consider it handled." He launched off like a rocket. Carrying a wildly thrashing Chloe, I sprinted like an absolute madman toward the main academy gates. This whole run was pure torture. Completely out of her mind, she held on to me tightly, her blazing fever driving her absolutely delirious. She constantly pressed her burning face into my neck, murmuring softly. My own face was burning up like a furnace. My legs literally shook. Sprinting right beside us, Mia actually started laughing out loud at me. I was practically crying. Mia, stop laughing. Please pull her off me. I cannot take this for much longer. Stifling her giggles, Mia quickly attempted to pull Chloe and her restless face away from my neck, but it barely helped at all. We both know this was pure chaos. I clumsily shoved her into the back seat. Drive! Find a hospital right now! Hold on tight! Derek slammed that gas pedal, and the massive Cullinan roared loudly, blasting straight down the street. At the local university hospital, the doctor quickly administered an antidote and a strong sedative. Chloe finally slipped into a deep sleep, her eyebrows still slightly scrunched like she was mad in her dreams. All right, Mia. Everything is completely handled now. You two head back first. It has been a super long night. I will stay and watch Fifth Sister. Mia glared at me suspiciously, teasing Max. Are you truly just going to watch? Or are you waiting for her to sleep so you can try something totally shady? Heaven and earth be my ultimate witness. Pointing at the ceiling, I swore. Do I seriously look like a guy who takes advantage of a girl in danger? I am a true gentleman. The beastly things Donald attempts absolutely disgust me. But internally, I was calculating. Are you joking? That 500 grand has not hit my account yet. How could I possibly offend my boss? After sending them away, the room fell completely silent. Staring at the sleeping Chloe, she looked absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. I unconsciously rubbed the faint bite marks on my cheek. This Fifth Sister is an absolute wild tigress. She almost ruined my handsome face. Thinking of that 500 grand, I smirked. My epic escape plan is officially taking flight. Pure exhaustion washed over me. I slumped down beside the bed and passed out at 7 in the morning. Chloe fluttered her eyelashes, opening her eyes. Fragmented but intensely vivid memories flooded straight into her mind. She remembered clinging to my back, her hands slipping under my shirt, her lips kissing my face, completely out of control. She instantly turned bright red from head to toe, yanking the blanket over her face. What on earth was I doing last night? How could I do that to sixth brother? This is completely humiliating. How am I ever going to look at his face? A sudden knock hit the door. I jolted awake, stumbling up. Coming. Trust me, you will want to see what happens next. Let's jump in. I opened the door. Derek and Mia were standing there with breakfast. Mia smiled brightly. Good morning, Max. Her eyes darted straight to Chloe on the bed. Her voice was totally teasing. The goddess is awake. How are you feeling today? All good. I am fine. Chloe tried keeping her cool, but those flushed cheeks betrayed her. Derek elbowed my side, whispering excitedly. Max, just look. The campus beauty is blushing like a ripe peach. Awesome, I whispered right back. Yeah, completely red enough to burst. She must be remembering her epic achievement of totally torturing me last night. Honestly, I felt incredibly smug inside. Fifth Sister is super lucky she found me last night. A true gentleman keeping his purity completely intact. If it was Donald, the consequences would be absolutely unthinkable. Hearing my arrogant thoughts, the already flustered Chloe practically burst into flames. She gripped the blanket edge, furiously grinding her teeth. This annoying brat takes advantage of me and actually has the absolute nerve to brag, daring to mock me. I am so mad then the system chimed in at the worst time. Host, the 500,000 escape fund is missing. You must remind her. I instantly activated my ultimate money-grubbing mode. I plastered on a massive fake smile, scooting near the bed. Hey, Fifth Sister, remember your promise last night? Now watch this. That 500 grand, seeing my eyes sparking over cash. Chloe's embarrassment was instantly swallowed by pure raging fire. Do not worry, I will transfer it. Fantastic Fifth Sister always keeps her word. I trust you completely. I completely ignored her truly murderous glare. Mia quickly noticed the weird vibe. She didn't fully understand it, but her intuition warned that Chloe might explode. So she jumped in to play peacemaker. All right, guys, let's just eat breakfast first. Chloe literally just woke up and needs to recharge. Chloe coldly scoffed, grabbing a steamed bun for a totally vicious bite. Following breakfast, the doctor confirmed she was okay and discharged her. Right then, my phone suddenly pinged. Mom texted, "Tonight is Chloe's big birthday party. Everyone must be home perfectly on time. No exceptions allowed." Fifth Sister's birthday, I completely blanked. System reminded me. Host, don't forget the birthday present. A present. Honestly, my heart remained entirely unmoved. I immediately started looking for a cheap excuse. What should I give? It is always the thought that counts. If measured by cash, can it really be a genuine gift? You know exactly what she's thinking here. Seeing me glued to my phone, hope sparked. Does he remember my birthday? Did he prepare a special surprise? But hearing my totally stingy internal monologue, her hopes shattered. Furious, she coldly declared, "I'm leaving now." Whoa, why such a crazy rush? Are you reincarnating or something? I awkwardly scratched my head, turning toward Derek. Hurry, drive these girls straight back to school. Stay safe. I have important things to do. No worries, bro. I would cross mountains of swords and seas of blazing fire to protect my goddess. Derek thumped his chest, proudly chasing right after them. Stepping outside those hospital gates, I slumped onto a flower bed, yanking my hair in absolute sheer frustration. Milan, seriously save me. What does fifth sister even like? Don't give me nonsense. I need something cheap yet totally unique, System answered slowly. Host, Chloe Moore has a very special hobby. She absolutely loves street racing. She holds the fastest lap record on Yeongcheon University's mountain roads. Since the host completed that hidden mission protecting the goddess, I am unlocking a special reward. Completing this next mission rewards you with the globally unique purple Bugatti Veyron hearing that my heart hammered wildly inside my chest. I almost passed out from joy, but Milan dumped ice water on my parade. This car only works for Chloe Moore. A DNA lock literally excludes the host. I practically jumped up in pure rage. Are you actually kidding me right now? I risk everything on missions just to become fifth sister's worker? System tempted me. Calm down. Just think of the $1 billion. Imagine how grateful Chloe becomes. Won't your status in the Moore family completely skyrocket? Thinking about that cash, I took some deep breaths to suppress my rising rage. Fine, you win. What's the mission? System sounded excited. Extremely simple. Go straight to the Moore Group headquarters, deliver a nice home-cooked lunch to eldest sister Olivia while she works overtime. As she eats, you must sincerely deliver these exact lines. Eldest sister, that bastard Felix is honestly tired of living and seeking his own doom. In the future, no matter what total scumbag dares to tick you off, just say the word. I, your trusty sixth brother, might lack talent, but I guarantee I will call 113 immediately. Then I will find a place with strong Wi-Fi so we can run away like total pros. Absolutely safe, reasonable prices. What do you think? I was completely stunned. Milan, do you think this comforts her or sends me straight to my absolute doom? The system swore. Do not worry. Everything is perfectly calculated. Trust me here. With Olivia, this exact dialogue holds a 99.999% success rate. I let out a truly tragic sigh, standing up with a dramatically heroic aura. If I fall, I fall. For fifth sister's awesome birthday present, I will risk absolutely everything. Meanwhile, Derek smoothly drove that heavy Cullinan up to the massive Yeongcheon University gates. Stick with me here, you are about to witness some seriously epic campus drama unfold today. Chloe, are you okay? You looked awful yesterday, I was so worried. He faked. Mia quickly chimed in, dripping with pure sarcasm. President Donald, please spare us your fake concern. Chloe is perfectly fine. Actually, Max took amazing care of her all night long. What you and Max spent the entire night together. Donald's face instantly twisted, turning as dark as a burned pot. Are you all right? Did he try anything? Seeing his painfully fake concern made Chloe totally nauseous. Donald Dunn, that guy, is my brother. You are totally crossing the line. She pulled Mia straight into campus. Donald stood completely frozen, his face going utterly pale. An entire night alone with her supposedly perfect older brother. They share zero DNA. A guy and girl all alone. Was she actually taken advantage of? Well, if Mia was there, probably nothing even happened. But that ultra-luxury car belongs to him. He was losing his mind, intense jealousy violently gnawing at him like a venomous snake. Finally, he angrily stormed off in pure rage. Back home, I quickly searched the fridge, happily grabbing a premium chicken and some fresh ribs. Delicious steamed scallion chicken, sweet and sour, ribs plus rich tomato egg soup. Salty, sweet, perfectly balanced nutrition. I chopped the chicken, marinated everything, turned on the stove, and happily started cooking. An absolutely mouth-watering aroma drifted straight up to the third floor. Penelope and Stella smelled it simultaneously. They eagerly sniffed the air. Third sister, do you smell that? It is incredible. Way better than Chef Wang's cooking. Penelope completely dropped her stuff, taking a massive breath. It really does. Let's go check it out. Now watch this closely. They completely snuck downstairs, totally mesmerized, catching me flipping food in the wok like an absolute master. Stella Soul, totally captivated by the smell, quietly tiptoed closer. Wow, smells legendary. How can anyone resist this holy crap? I jumped, nearly dropping the wok. I spun around to see Penelope and Stella standing right there. Third sister, fourth sister, are you two okay? We are fine. They awkwardly snapped out of their deep trance. Penelope quickly offered, let me help carry the plates. Stella totally refused to lose. I will help too. All right, calm down. I smoothly stepped aside, quickly packing the hot food into a thermal lunchbox for eldest sister. Setting the plate down, Penelope instantly snatched a piece of chicken, happily tossing it into her mouth. Her eyes heavily sparkled. Stella, try this, it is absolutely amazing. Stella happily grabbed a piece, her eyes shining with pure joy. Finishing the lunchbox, I finally sat down and was totally shocked by the wild scene unfolding before me. My usually elegant high-class sisters were absolutely tearing into the meal like starving tigers violently hunting their prey. Their chopsticks moved at absolute lightning speed. I honestly cannot let them finish everything. I won't even get a single drop of soup, complete panic washing over me. I aggressively grabbed my chopsticks and dove straight into the battlefield. 3 pairs of chopsticks violently clashed across the table. The only sounds were intense crunching and extremely satisfied, happy grunts. We all know that exact feeling, right? Completely stuffed. The girls happily collapsed onto the comfy sofa. I let out a satisfied burp, grabbed the thermal lunchbox, and rushed straight out the door. 20 minutes later, the top-floor office of the Moore Group. I quietly peeked through the door crack. A powerful, highly commanding woman was intensely listening to a report. The Foster Group is facing total absolute bankruptcy. Chairman Foster called personally, desperately begging for another chance. Olivia scoffed, coldly, impatiently tapping her finger on the desk. Tell them to get lost. I screamed internally. Man, who is this absolute boss lady? Her aura and figure are totally top-tier perfection, the system sighed. Host, wipe your drool. That is Yvonne, her chief secretary. Her skills are incredible. Hearing secretary, my eyes heavily sparkled. Good secretary, truly a fantastic secretary. Once I successfully escape, I absolutely need to hire a flawless secretary exactly like her. Oops, my wildly inappropriate thoughts totally reached Olivia's ears. The hand holding her pen froze. Eyes sharp as knives instantly locked onto the door, quickly spotting me. Her brother, sticking his butt out, peeking through the crack. Meeting that gaze, I jumped. I am finished. Eldest sister's glaring eyes look ready to absolutely destroy someone. The system quickly reminded me, Host, you are here delivering lunch and completing a mission. An innocent man fears nothing. Right, I am here to deliver warmth. What am I even afraid of? Puffing out my chest, I flashed a totally harmless smile, pushing the glass door wide open. Olivia casually ordered Yvonne, you can leave first. Yes, President Moore. Yvonne nodded, walking out with incredible elegance, gently brushing past me. You felt that awkward tension too, right? I just smiled foolishly until the heavy door clicked shut. Are you done staring? Olivia's absolutely icy voice snapped me back to reality. Not yet, no, I answered randomly, violently shaking my head. No, eldest sister, you totally misunderstand. I am a gentleman. I wouldn't dare do anything like that. Veins visibly popped on Olivia's forehead. Gritting her teeth, she demanded, why exactly are you here? Stick with me. He flashed a flattering smile, placing the thermal lunchbox on the desk. He chuckled. Eldest sister, watching you overwork yourself because of that awful Felix without even eating. As your little brother, it really hurts my heart. So I personally went to the kitchen and made a few home-cooked dishes for you to try out. Just a small, comforting token. He rubbed his hands together, eyes sparkling with pure anticipation. Olivia frowned. He cooked this himself, to comfort me. What game is this brat playing? Even though she heard his inner thoughts about a reward mission, the word comfort still sounded totally suspicious coming from him. You brought the food now. Leave, she ordered coldly. Wait, eldest sister. He quickly cleared his throat, filling his voice with pure emotion. Eldest sister, that jerk Felix is completely out of his mind and seeking his own ruin. In the future, no matter what total scumbag dares to anger you, just say the word. Your 6th brother might not have incredible talent, but I promise to call 113 immediately, find a place with strong Wi-Fi, and we can run like pros. Totally safe, reasonable prices. What do you say? The moment he finished, the office sank into a totally bizarre silence. Olivia rubbed her aching temples. Fine, fine. I accept your goodwill here. Got nothing else to do. Get out. Okay, eldest sister, eat slowly. I am out. He vanished faster than lightning, completely screaming on the inside. Mission complete. Yeah, Melon, where is fifth sister's Bugatti? Let me see it. The system replied, mission complete. Reward sent to the virtual space, ready to materialize at any time. Hearing his footsteps completely fade away, Olivia sighed helplessly and looked at the lunchbox. Can this little brat really cook? She popped the lid and an explosive, mouth-watering aroma hit her. Her stomach loudly growled in protest. She grabbed a spoon suspiciously, taking a bite of the steamed chicken. Her eyes went wide. The taste was both super familiar and completely strange. Familiar because it felt warm and comforting. Strange because it was actually made by her playboy brother. 10 minutes later, she finished the soup and stared at the empty containers, muttering, sixth brother really hides his incredible talents well. With these cooking skills, he could be a master chef. Tonight is fifth sister's birthday. This should get very interesting. Walking out of the building, the system suddenly issued a major warning. Warning detected 7 high-threat targets. Location rear left. With the host's current strength, you can easily handle them. He stopped right in his tracks. What scumbag dares to mess with me, the great-grandpa Max? Time to practice my hands. He pretended to be oblivious, turning into a deserted alley. Now watch closely. 7 guys sped up, blocking him. Glancing over, he saw 2 dudes in cheap plastic masks standing at the back. He almost burst out laughing. These 2 idiots wear masks and think he will not recognize them. Donald Dunn's flamboyant posture and Harry's cowardly stance. He would recognize them even if they were reduced to dust, he coldly sneered. President Donald. My dear little brother Harry, it is so hot today, isn't it stuffy wearing those masks? Take them off. Your auras stand out way too much. Wearing them makes absolutely zero difference. Harry trembled, looking right at Donald. President, we are exposed. What do we do? Donald was furious. He ripped the mask off. So what if we are exposed? We have the numbers. Pin him down. He barked at our guy, Max. What exactly did you do to Chloe last night? He picked his ear, making a funny face. Last night, yeah, I was with fifth sister. What did we do, ha-ha? He dragged out his words with a very wicked grin. Take a guess. What do a man and a woman alone in a room do? Exactly what you are thinking. You absolute bastard, Donald roared. Get him! Break his legs! Harry echoed the order, commanding the 5 thugs to wildly attack. The 5 men grinned maliciously, swinging their bats as they advanced. Kid, blame yourself for messing with the totally wrong people. He dodged the first thug's swing and planted a very solid kick right in his gut. You felt that too, right? The guy screamed, clutching his stomach, rolling on the floor pale. Donald was horrified. Max, you play dirty. The remaining 4 thugs hesitated, intimidated by his aura, but relying on their numbers, they fiercely roared and charged again. Right at the absolute critical moment, a female voice rang out from the end of the alley. Stop! Before he could even see the person clearly, his vision blurred and his back slammed hard onto the solid ground. A cold, metallic object pressed right against the back of his neck. Police! Everyone put your hands on your heads and squat down. Do not move. Donald and the thugs turned green with fear, immediately squatting with their hands right on their heads. He fought through the pain, forcing a strained smile. Officer Sister, this is a huge misunderstanding. They attacked me. It was self-defense. Shut up. Stay down. The gun remained steady as a mountain. Her sharp eyes swept the whole scene. Yes, ma'am. Not moving. He very quickly surrendered. Internally, he called the system. Melon, who is this police goddess system, replied, retrieving information. Process complete. Target Hazel Jongchun, CD detective. But host, she is actually the heiress of the capital's wealthiest Hazel family. Trust me, you need to see what comes next. Stick with me. This undercover cop is Hazel. Hiding her true identity, she is actually best friends with eldest sister Olivia. She actually came here today on official business. Does his eldest sister have business with her? Did his eldest sister cause major trouble and get invited for tea? Hearing his thoughts, Hazel had a total heart-stopping moment, yet kept her perfectly icy expression. Loud sirens wailed endlessly. 2 patrol cars arrived, and the entire gang got completely shoved inside. Inside the interrogation room, Hazel spoke sternly. Name Officer Sister, I am Max. He smiled, trying to butter her up. Wipe that smile off your face. Hazel slammed the table hard. Speak clearly. Where do you think you are? He jumped, smile completely freezing. Sitting up straight, he recounted everything. They totally attacked me first. I was just defending myself. Hazel quickly took some notes. All right, I have got it down. We will verify this. If true, call a family member to process your immediate release. Call a family member? Who am I supposed to call? He groaned internally. Ah, yes, the Moore family. Wait, eldest sister, I just delivered her a delicious lunch today. Even though it was slightly messy, surely she would bail her little brother out, right? His system instantly threw icy water. Now pay attention. His system drops a brutal truth right here. Olivia has under a 5% chance of saving him. Enjoy spending tonight in lockup. You are a total garbage system. You only know how to drag me down. He gritted his teeth. Hazel lowered her head to write notes, but hearing his wild thoughts, her mouth twitched slightly. She smoothly pulled out her phone and called Olivia directly. Hey, Olivia ran into some trouble. I was heading to your company to take a break and go shopping together, but I totally bumped into a massive street brawl on the way. Your brother Max is involved. Harry was there too. We have investigated the thugs. The two boys simply got dragged into it. Max is totally fine. Just come sign the official papers and take him home. I will be right there, Olivia answered very shortly. I will wrap this up really quick, then we go shopping like promised. I rarely get a day off, Hazel said cheerfully. Olivia, who was picking out a birthday present for Chloe, briskly agreed. Okay, see you in 10. 10 minutes later, right inside the busy police station lobby, Olivia walked in with a totally stern face. She saw him lazily sprawled in a chair, legs stretched out, deeply engrossed in playing a mobile game. She immediately asked Hazel, Did you not say Harry was here too? Where is he? That kid and Donald Dunn already got bailed out safely? Hazel pouted, clearly unable to hide her hint of absolute disdain. Watch closely. Olivia hears this, eyes turning completely ice cold. She gives an emotionless nod. Donald and Harry. She walked straight toward him, still completely glued to the game. He smelled a familiar scent. Sniff, sniff. Wait, why is this smell so familiar? Like eldest sister's office. Before the thought finished, a delicate hand precisely grabbed his ear and twisted it hard. Ow! He leaped out of his chair, screaming. Eldest sister, gently. My ear is definitely going to fall right off. Olivia smoothly let go her beautiful face, completely devoid of any emotion. Having fun playing Let Us Go? He rubbed his bright red ear, looking at her with total grievance. What a totally heartless demon, so ungrateful. I just delivered her an amazing gourmet lunch and now she is twisting my ear, he raged internally. If she were not a girl, I totally would have thrown a punch. The system quickly tried putting out the fire. Host. Calm down. Think of the mission. Think of the Bugatti. Just think of the $1 billion. Calm down my butt because of your stupid mission, he declared furiously. From today on, Olivia and I are now arch enemies. I sever all ties. I will not say another word to her. He turned his head away sharply, showing absolute determination to cut ties. Hazel watched his dramatic pout act and almost burst out laughing. Wow, this Max kid is absolutely hilarious. Olivia, far from being angry, actually felt a true sense of amusement. Teasing my brother is really this much fun. The corner of her lips curled slightly. Her voice turned icy cold as she turned and walked right out. Hazel held back her laughter and quickly followed. He stood there for exactly 3 seconds before hanging his head, simply trailing after them like a totally defeated little puppy. 10 minutes later, he was sprawled in the back seat of the car, his face looking absolutely like his soul had completely left his body. Worse, Officer Hazel had gotten into the car, too. In the front seats, Olivia and Hazel chatted enthusiastically about their daily work. The atmosphere was perfectly cheerful. He sat like the invisible man thrown into the corner, radiating totally overwhelming negative energy. We all saw this coming. Not heading home, he quickly forced a bright smile. Eldest sister, Sister Hazel. Where are you two going? I suddenly remembered I have an incredibly urgent matter back at school. Olivia glanced at the rearview mirror, her voice teasing. Were you not completely ignoring us, eldest sister? I am so wronged, he cried out dramatically. How could I ever ignore you? You are my highly respected eldest sister, practically like a loving mother to me. My affection for you is like a raging river, completely endless and eternal. Hazel turned around, smiling brightly. We are going shopping at Universal Plaza, and of course you must come with us. Do not ever call me Sister Hazel. Let's dive into this hilarity. My face completely fell. Sister Hazel, can I please skip this? I will wait right here in the car. Absolutely not. Olivia and Hazel shot me down together, sharing a very suspicious smile. You are our free labor today, so accept your fate. I am so doomed. Absolute evil capitalists. I melted into my seat like a salted fish, totally losing all hope. Reaching Universal Plaza, the second we stepped out, those two sprinted straight into a jewelry store. Having absolutely zero interest in shiny, expensive rocks, I just leaned against a pillar. Inside, I grumbled, "These useless rocks. Sure, they look pretty, but what is their point? Can you eat them? Drink them? A cheap pack of instant noodles is honestly way better." Hearing my ridiculous inner thoughts, the corners of Hazel's mouth started twitching. She quickly pretended to admire a random necklace just to hide her amusement. Meanwhile, Olivia pointed at a ring. "This blue diamond cut is gorgeous. The clarity is super impressive, too." The staff beamed at her. "Miss Moore has amazing taste. This top-tier South African diamond is our store's absolute treasure." I sneakily peeked at the price tag. Over $500,000 for a useless rock crazy. Hand me that cash. I could travel the entire world 800 times and still have leftover change. Olivia instantly shot me an icy glare. I quickly flashed my most innocent, goofy smile. Hazel picked up a necklace to try on. "Max, what do you think about this one?" I just glanced over and gave a totally generic answer. "Super pretty. You look gorgeous in anything, Hazel." But inside my head, it is literally just a piece of shiny glass on a string. What is the difference? Hazel was so mad she practically blew steam. She quietly set the necklace down. Over an hour passed. Olivia checked her watch. "Hazel, it is getting late. We should head back now." Hazel nodded. "Yeah, I need to return to the precinct. I have a major report due tonight. Total shame I cannot stay for Chloe's birthday. Wish her a super happy birthday for me." After dropping Hazel off at the police station, our car finally turned back toward the Moore Villa. Watching the city scenery roll by, I was absolutely thrilled. Total freedom. Now watch closely. He completely missed Olivia glaring through the rearview mirror, her lips curving into this deeply mysterious smile. Entering the Moore Villa, Olivia's eyes locked onto a figure resting in the living room. "Victoria, you are back." Having just escaped my horrible role as a shopping porter, I followed her gaze and saw a gorgeous woman lounging lazily right on the sofa. Second sister Victoria was wearing a stunning evening gown, clearly having rushed straight back from some massive event without any time to change. "Hey, eldest sister. I just got off the plane." Victoria stood up, smiling radiantly. Her eyes then shifted right to me, holding a massive bunch of shopping bags. Our eyes instantly locked. I froze. Holy crap, my mind is blown. Is this the legendary second sister? The legendary superstar actress and singer Victoria Moore. The system sighed. "Host, stay calm." "Yes, Victoria Moore, your second sister, top-tier idol." Even though the other sisters had totally warned her hearing, my bizarre internal thoughts still made her eyes flash with genuine surprise and amusement. "You see this too, right? An actual living superstar? This is wild. I absolutely must shake her hand and brag about it for the rest of my entire life." Super determined, I rushed over and dropped to one knee. "Second sister, your epic reputation precedes you like rolling thunder. Meeting you today is the absolute blessing of 3 lifetimes. Would I have the supreme honor of shaking your hand as a souvenir?" The living room went completely dead silent. The 4 sisters, despite being mentally prepared, could not stop their mouths from twitching at my over-the-top dramatic performance. Victoria was taken aback by my sudden intensity. Is this goofy kid really the quiet, gloomy boy from my old memories? As if completely possessed, she reached her hand out. I grabbed it so tightly and shook it vigorously. I am holding a superstar's hand. It is incredibly soft. My life is complete. The system warned host, "Stop your totally fanatical behavior immediately. Maintain your image." Hearing fanatical Victoria just could not hold back a laugh. I reluctantly let go and stood up. Catching sight of Donald Dunn lurking in the corner, my bright smile vanished instantly. I lifted my chin. "Oh, if it isn't the noble President Donald. Tonight is a Moore family private dinner. You casually waltzing in here is a bit tactless, don't you think?" Donald's face totally stiffened up. Before he could defend himself, Harry jumped right out. "Brother President Donald is just here to apologize to 5th sister. He knows he was totally wrong. Mom and Dad already agreed to let him stay." I glared at him like I had just swallowed a gross fly. "Oh, finished apologizing already? And the birthday party is starting soon, President Donald. It is getting super late. Show yourself out." Donald's face turned completely purple like a pig's liver. His fists clenched tight, but he didn't dare cause a massive scene inside the Moore household. Victoria gently patted my shoulder. All right, sixth brother. Whatever grudge you still have today is fifth sister's birthday. Let's settle it after we eat. My hot anger evaporated. Donald breathed a massive sigh of relief, forcing a stiff smile. Let's eat, Sarah said, breaking the tension. Victoria led the way, and trust me, you'll want to see this crazy dinner. All right, you and I are diving into this awkward dinner. Donald desperately tried chatting to save face. David dropped his spoon. Victoria, you rarely visit. Chat more with Harry. After all, you both share the exact same family, so try acting a bit closer. Sure, Dad. Victoria wiped her mouth, flashing a flawless, perfect smile. Suddenly, an epic idea hit me. Melon, hurry up and run a scan. Does second sister have any massive drama approaching? Hopefully something absolutely earth-shattering. The system buzzed excitedly. Gossip radar activated host. Hang on a second. Instantly, the entire Moore family froze, stopping their chopsticks in pure silence. Everyone held their breath, anxiously waiting. The system finally found it. Now watch closely, huge drama incoming. Tomorrow night, Victoria gets totally stalked by a creepy fan after returning from her college reunion at the hotel. According to the system predictions, there is a massive risk of her getting attacked, totally ruining her beautiful face. Sarah dropped her silver spoon straight into the bowl. The sisters completely gasped, eyes wide with pure shock and fear. Victoria's hand was shaking. A ruined face. For a major superstar, that is an absolute catastrophe. Harry noticed the weird, tense vibe and faked concern. What is wrong, guys? Why did everyone stop eating suddenly? Is the food actually bad? Sarah reacted first, forcing a quick, awkward smile. Oh, nothing. Keep eating. The soup is just hot. Everyone snapped out of it, grabbing their chopsticks again, but their movements felt incredibly stiff. I was totally mind-blown by this insane drama. She is at her career's absolute peak. A ruined face means game over for her life. Melon, lock onto that crazy stalker right now. Give me all of his exact details. I am definitely taking charge of this mess. I must step up and totally save her. Time to show off my reliable little brother skills. Those heroic thoughts really made the sisters' hearts flutter emotionally. This kid actually has some real responsibility. But before the wholesome moment peaked, Chloe violently dragged her knife and fork across her plate, making an incredibly loud, piercing screech. She glared right at me, eyes burning with pure, intense jealousy. So eager to help her, but you demanded 500 grand from me, you two-faced absolute jerk. I literally shivered at that glare. Why did it suddenly get absolutely freezing in here? Is the air conditioning turned up high? Anyway, right after dinner came the fancy gifts. Donald Dunn stood up, offering an incredibly flashy gift box. Happy birthday, Chloe. Just a really small present. I hope you absolutely love it. I know exactly what you are thinking. Donald is totally scheming. I acted distracted but secretly called the system. Melon, what is that fancy gift? Looks super expensive, definitely not cheap. The system pinged. Scan complete. A Cartier diamond necklace heavily symbolizing eternal love. Wow, host Donald went completely all out. It is the eternal heart. I totally scoffed at that. Eternal my foot. A total loser dreaming way too big. Fifth sister is my golden goose. There is no way I am letting this annoying guy stick to her. Before Chloe could even react, I quickly snatched the fancy box. Wow, President Donald, you are being way too polite. Such a precious, beautiful gift. Why make her open it herself? Let me do the honors. I violently ripped the packaging apart. Harry jumped up. Bro, what are you doing? The actual recipient must open gifts for good luck. That is an absolute rule. He glanced at David and Sarah for backup. But David just casually sipped his tea, completely ignoring him like he was studying a fine piece of modern art. Sarah and the sisters stayed totally silent, their eyes sparkling brightly as they waited for drama. Donald forced a stiff, totally fake smile. He flashed an angry glare, but I ignored him completely, swiftly tearing off the fancy gift wrapper. Whoa, fifth sister, check this out. It is the legendary Eternal Heart. Oh my gosh, this must cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is incredibly shiny, literally blinding my titanium eyes. Try it on fifth sister. I guarantee you will easily outshine everyone with unmatched beauty. Hearing my loud praise, Donald proudly puffed his chest, eyes gleaming with desperate hope she would remember him. Chloe was just about to refuse, but moving like literal lightning, I quickly clasped the shiny necklace around her neck. Do not be shy, fifth sister. Just let me help you. Feeling the freezing cold metal, Chloe blushed and glared in deep annoyance. This annoying brat is always like this, never giving anyone a single chance to refuse. I felt incredibly smug right then. Mission accomplished. Got to admit this thing sparkles perfectly. Donald might be absolute trash, but his taste is solid. It looks completely flawless on her. Chloe looked down, realizing I was the exact one who put it on. Her intense anger faded completely. Fine, I will just wear it for now. But immediately after, she overheard my inner thoughts and almost exploded. She must really love it, but coming from Donald, she will take it off soon. After this party, I will totally tell her to give it to me to handle. I will just sell it and make a massive fortune. Score! Chloe flushed bright red, angrily glaring actual daggers straight through my soul. Max, you absolute jerk! I actually felt a little moved for a tiny second. Turns out it was all just for the cash. So how do we even process this? Victoria suddenly burst out laughing, leaving me totally dumbfounded. Is second sister crazy? All right, you and I are jumping right into this awkward family dinner. Why is everyone cracking up? Is there food on my face? Melon, analyze this right now. Why are second sister and the rest laughing? System shrugged. Host, this is a heavenly secret I cannot reveal. The only hint is your extreme frugality caused a massive resonance. Resonance, my foot. You absolutely useless system playing totally silent, exactly when I need you most. I scratched my head watching Victoria laughing so hard she almost choked while the rest of the family practically struggled to hold it together. Whatever. Laughing makes you 10 years younger anyway. If I escape tomorrow, they will not even get the chance to laugh anymore. Hearing me say escape, the entire family instantly stopped laughing. Faces completely froze. Only Donald and Harry stayed totally clueless, assuming I had done something to anger Chloe. Harry flashed a look of pure disdain and smugness. He pulled out a simple box containing an abstract clay pot. Extremely childish art style. Fifth sister, I made this completely by myself. It took hours. I really hope you like it. Chloe kept her face totally emotionless, casually tossing the box onto the gift pile. She did not even blink. I was laughing hard internally. That garbage pot got tossed right into the corner to collect dust. Pure satisfaction. Let him pretend to be the sweet, pitiful little boy. The system suddenly chimed in. Host, according to my expert appraisal, the market value of that clay pot is absolutely zero. Melon, you are savage, but I absolutely love it. I was practically rolling on the floor in my mind. All that effort for zero value. That silent face slap hit way harder than if I did it. Seeing his gift completely ignored, Harry glared with massive disappointment and resentment. He turned toward me, raising his voice. Brother, fifth sister loves you most. Your gift must be incredibly precious and super expensive, right? I forced a huge smile. Watch closely because he goes all in here. My gift will make fifth sister scream with joy. That bold boast grabbed the entire table's attention. Chloe felt a sudden wave of unease. What is this brat scheming now? Why is my back suddenly feeling so super cold? I took a massive breath and shouted, Fifth sister, my gift is a globally limited Bugatti Veyron. It is waiting in the garage for you. Chloe completely froze, her eyes wide with absolute shock. Could it actually be that unique purple supercar a mysterious billionaire bought for 1 billion euros? She had obsessed over it in magazines, never daring to dream of owning it. And now her goofy brother claimed he was gifting it to her. I proudly lifted my chin. Yep, it is fifth sister's personal ride now. Victoria finally voiced the huge question on everyone's mind. Sixth brother, wait. Was that car not bought by a mysterious billionaire? Where did you get it? I froze up. Crap, Melon. Save me, how do I lie? I cannot just admit I made lunch for eldest sister, said comforting words, and a literal Bugatti randomly fell right from the open sky. Who would actually believe that crazy story? Hearing lunch and comfort, everyone watched Olivia. She lowered her head slightly, trying to hide her bright red ears, but completely failed. Penelope and Stella instantly understood what happened. They just smirked. Oh, so that is exactly how it is. David and Sarah could not hold back laughing. The system groaned. Host Melon is just a weak little system. Making up stories is outside my service package. Improvise and good luck out there. You felt that panic too, right? Totally useless system. I screamed internally, feeling doomed, while Harry seized his chance to mock me. Brother, why did you suddenly stop talking? Could it be you cannot answer? Did you obtain this luxury car through super shady, illegal means? Donald quickly backed him up, pretending to look completely heartbroken. That is right, Max is young and naive. He loves his reputation. I get it. But as a decent person, there must be a limit. Taking such a reckless risk just to impress Chloe is way too completely foolish. Chloe, do not let him trick you. These two dogs are trying to frame me. Time to show them some color or they will think I am scared. I quickly threw on an innocent, wronged expression. Oh, little brother Harry, you saying that totally breaks my heart. Why are you slandering a genuinely good person? You claim I got the car through shady means. Where did you see that? Do you have proof? If I actually did it and you saw but helped cover it up, then your crime of aiding and abetting is way worse than stealing a luxury car. You are in a very dangerous situation right now. Harry was completely hit by the sudden counterattack and looked utterly confused. Nonsense. I was just guessing. It was a simple, pure logical deduction. Oh, just guessing. I dragged out my words slowly. You absolutely terrified me. I thought you and President Donald helped me pull off the epic heist of the century. Looking at their super ugly expressions, I was totally thrilled but kept a serious face. Do not worry, fifth sister. The papers for this car are entirely legitimate and ready for transfer. If you doubt me, let us go see it right now. Despite finding this whole process totally bizarre, Chloe chose to trust me 100%. She firmly nodded her head. Let us go see it. So, what do we take from this never bluff the main character? Everyone marched to the garage while those two haters followed, looking green, wanting to see my trick. Let's dive right in. I clicked the keys and two purple beams pierced the dark garage. I handed the keys over. Here you go, fifth sister. Chloe gripped them tight, happily running her hand across the sleek purple car body before eagerly jumping right into the driver's seat. The loud engine roar totally sent everyone into pure frenzy. My sisters couldn't resist fighting for a fun turn to experience it. The entire garage was quickly filled with bright laughter and chatter. Meanwhile, Harry and Donald just stood there, their jealous faces looking absolutely dark and gloomy. Standing near them, hearing that engine, my heart totally ached. My ultimate flexing weapon was gone. Why does fifth sister get to be the only one driving this beauty? Melon, you're incredibly biased. The cheerful gift-giving party ended flawlessly amidst that massive engine roar. Back in the living room, Chloe couldn't stop smiling, gazing at me with such warm eyes. He truly did it. When the party finished, I cheerfully whistled a tune, heading back to my room. I planned a hot shower and needed to cleverly secure fifth sister's diamond necklace for my brilliant escape fund. My whole exciting future required it. Stepping from the bathroom, I suddenly heard hallway voices. I quickly pressed my ear against the door to sneakily eavesdrop. Unbelievable, Harry was completely kissing up to my eldest sister, Olivia. Eldest sister. You are attending the East City project bidding tomorrow, right? Could I please come along to learn? I know I lack experience. I just want to shadow you and broaden my horizons, Olivia replied coldly. This bidding involves major commercial secrets. Bringing newcomers isn't convenient at all. Stay home and assist Dad with basics. I laughed. Crash the bidding denied. But watch closely here because a brilliantly hilarious idea just completely struck me. Since eldest sister refuses to take him, I should definitely help him out. Let's uncover exactly what this guy's plotting. Besides, teasing eldest sister sounds incredibly fun. I suddenly threw my bedroom door wide open. Both jumped, totally staring at my abs peeking through the bathrobe. Olivia froze, ears turning bright red. Oh, wow, eldest sister is actually blushing again. How many times today her flustered reactions are absolutely top tier. Whoever marries her becomes the luckiest man ever, totally inheriting 8 entire lifetimes of amazing karma. Olivia fought to maintain her cool voice, trembling ever so slightly. Why did you step out dressed exactly like that internally? She scolded my lack of manners. What utter nonsense is he spouting? Completely ignoring the embarrassment, I cheerfully slung an arm around Harry's shoulder. Eldest sister, just let Harry go. This bidding war is huge, an absolutely great learning opportunity for ambitious young people. Right, my dear brother? I heavily patted his shoulder, almost toppling him over. Harry winced, but noticing this amazing golden opportunity, he very quickly forced a smile. Eldest sister's sixth brother is totally right here. I truly just want to learn. No trouble, I promise. Catching my wicked smirk, veins bulged furiously on Olivia's forehead. Staying completely silent for a tense moment, she finally replied coldly, Fine, Harry goes. But Max, you are coming too. My face froze. You felt that pivot, right? My genius secret disguise plan was now completely ruined. Why did this script flip suddenly? Olivia shot me a deep look. Broaden your horizons too. She confidently turned and walked away. I instantly forced a bright, flattering smile. All right, I absolutely guarantee I won't embarrass you, eldest sister. Watching her noble back vanish, Harry violently shoved my arm away. His bitter voice dripped with pure venom. Max, if you know what's smart, get out of the Moore family immediately. Being a lazy parasite for 18 years wasn't enough. Now you are really trying to compete. That fake, flattering smile totally vanished, instantly replaced by pure mockery. I am not leaving anytime soon. What are you going to do? Stay mad forever. Harry's angry face turned completely green. Just wait. You will seriously cry someday. He viciously glared, turned around, and loudly slammed his door. Suddenly, the door directly across the hall, second sister Victoria's room, opened. Victoria wore a playful, mysterious smile as she smoothly stepped forward. She lightly poked my exposed abs with her finger. I jolted hard like actual lightning struck and jumped back. Second sister, what are you doing? Victoria crossed her arms, teasing. What are you hiding from? You have seen plenty of incredible bodies. What haven't you seen? Honestly, I never expected my little brother to be built like this. She shamelessly let her eyes wander across my abs. Truly not bad development at all. I'm doomed. Second sister is a hungry wolf. Please save me, I internally screamed. Victoria loudly laughed at my ridiculous thoughts, rolling her eyes. Do I seriously look like that kind of wild person? If I actually made a move, you'd absolutely hit the jackpot. Understood. I blanked, blinking hard. She has a valid point. My fear vanished and I chuckled. Second sister is undeniably right. Please continue. Continue my foot. Victoria lightly laughed, playfully swatting my arm. Let's talk business. Tomorrow is my college reunion. You are coming with me. Wait, a college reunion. I stood completely dumbfounded. What kind of terrible luck is this today? Before I could smoothly trick eldest sister, she already dragged me into her bidding war. Now second sister drags me along. Trust me, we will definitely enjoy this mess. I called the system. Melon, tell me the truth. Stick with me here. Was the system secretly manipulating the plot? It cried foul. Host. I strictly follow the rules. Zero interference with the story. Just pure coincidence. Victoria nodded slightly. Yes, a class reunion. I am taking you to see the world. It is settled. Dress nice. Don't embarrass me. She gave no chance to refuse, quickly disappearing into her room. Whatever, I'll go. It's the perfect chance to protect my second sister and crush that crazy fan anyway. Without overthinking, I whistled cheerfully and strolled right back into my room. Once that door shut, I excitedly shouted out, Melon, what is the reward for that hidden mission? It has to be epic, right? System replied, reporting now. Hidden mission announced. Tomorrow night at the reunion, Victoria Moore will be completely humiliated and publicly harassed by her awful old suitor, Chad. Host must play the role of an overbearing boyfriend. Step up and utterly destroy that scumbag. Reward is basic martial arts skills. I jumped up. Triggered because I bullied Harry earlier, right? Chad was literally brought by those two just to hurt her. System confirmed, correct. Donald Dunn and Harry Moore completely planned this dirty trick. Seriously, do these two jerks have an itch begging for a scratch? I was fuming. I accept this mission. Tomorrow I'll show Chad who is boss and teach those two scumbags a very painful lesson. Cut to the bidding event. Eldest sister Harry and I sat in the Moore family VIP area. I glanced over, spotting the Dunn family. I immediately asked the system, Melon, who is that bald guy and the dude standing nearby? System replied, that bald guy is Daniel Dunn, head of the Dunn family. The guy beside him is Donald's older brother, Rex Dunn. I was instantly intrigued. Now watch closely. Did that guy just seriously wink at eldest sister? Oh, it is absolutely on. System warned host Rex Dunn has intentions toward Olivia Moore, a severe terminal case of unrequited love. I scoffed loudly. Has he not looked in a mirror lately? How dare he dream of eldest sister? Suddenly Rex confidently stood up and raised his paddle voice, trembling with pure excitement. 8 billion. The entire hall gasped. Olivia frowned, shooting Rex a sharp look. She was clearly surprised by his wild bidding. Rex looked right back at her. Instead of being scared, he flashed what he thought was a deeply affectionate, romantic smile. Damn it! He winked again. I was absolutely furious. Eldest sister, destroy him. Teach him a painful lesson. System advised host, stay calm. Do not act foolish and lose face. Eldest sister has her own plans. Olivia completely ignored Rex, signaling her assistant. 10 billion. The assistant confidently raised the paddle. 10 billion, Rex practically screamed back. 12 billion. He stared at Olivia, eyes full of total obsession and provocation. All eyes immediately turned to her. Olivia calmly placed her water glass down. Her lips curved upward as she told her assistant 2 words. 20 billion. The assistant raised the paddle. 20 billion. The hall exploded. The tension completely shattered. You and I both know jumping straight to 20 billion wasn't just flexing wealth. It was absolute naked contempt for the opponent. Rex's smug face turned white as a sheet. He fully collapsed into his chair, paddle dropping to the floor. "Haha, eldest sister is supreme. I was ecstatic. You are too green to fight her. This treasure is mine. I am going to dig it up and make it a family heirloom. System through cold water. Host manage your facial expressions. You are grinning like the village idiot. What do you know? This is the joy of pure victory." Nonsense. Do you even understand the feeling of getting rich overnight? Olivia was about to stand up, but hearing my thoughts, she paused and sneered internally. This kid is dreaming beautifully, wants to secretly dig up treasure behind my back. Absolutely no chance. The announcer called out 20 billion going once, 20 billion going twice, 20 billion going 3 times. Sold. Congratulations to the Moore Group. Olivia lifted her chin slightly, standing up gracefully to go sign the official contract. I laughed gleefully, urging the system melon scan Rex again. He probably wants to find a crack in the floor to hide inside. His face is greener than spinach juice, right? Please let me enjoy this. System replied, reporting to host Rex Dunn's heart is currently ash. Empty eyes, his spirit severely crushed. Summary, absolutely tragic. Well serves him right. A toad dreaming of swan meat. After signing the contract, Olivia turned around, seeing me looking around like I was hunting for some juicy drama. Following my eager gaze, she spotted Harry sneaking toward Rex Dunn. I smiled wickedly, deliberately, yelling out, "Harry, what is taking you so long? Eldest sister won big. Hurry up and follow us out." Harry violently jolted, spinning around and forcing a smile uglier than crying. I wasn't doing anything at all. Coming. He jogged over, keeping his head completely down, not daring to look up once. Olivia didn't stop walking, but her fingers clenched slightly. As she passed Rex, I deliberately slowed down and declared loudly, "Young Master Dunn lost. Better start saving up." Rex gritted his teeth, eyes red with rage. "Bastard, and that is where we leave it," me swaggering away, radiating pure smug villain aura. Inside the car, Olivia kept up her icy queen vibe, just driving. Harry huddled in this corner, eyes full of pure malice. I just leaned back, totally relaxed, and pinged the system. "Melon, what was Harry scheming back there? Was he after that land's hidden value?" The system chimed in, spot on, host. "Listen closely. Harry wants that exact land because as a reincarnator he knows its massive hidden value. Using future knowledge, he manipulated the Dunn family into bidding as a shield. If they won, he would play the role of a strategic partner sneaking in to secretly dig up all that hidden treasure right from under them. Brilliant move. The classic bait and switch tactic. Just purely wicked." I frowned in confusion. "But wait, why not just tell my eldest sister to buy it and then dig it up secretly? Wouldn't that be easier?" Using the Dunns is way riskier. System praised host is brilliant. This scheme is multi-layered. First off, Harry just returned to the Moore family. His position is unstable, trying to pull sneaky tricks under Olivia without getting caught. Keep dreaming. Second, if that treasure fell into the Moore family hands, he would not be able to pocket any of it. He would rather let the Dunns take the heat while he plays the praying mantis stalking the cicada. Third, and most importantly, in his reincarnated memories, Harry has a deep-seated, bone-deep fear of the Moore family, especially Sister Olivia. He absolutely refuses to pull tricks on Moore territory, and that is exactly why he risked partnering up with the Dunns. I completely burst out laughing. My eldest sister is absolutely the best. Harry is literally as terrified of her as a mouse facing a cat. Hearing my thoughts, Olivia felt like she had been struck by pure lightning. She subconsciously slammed hard on the brakes. The crazy, sudden momentum sent Harry crashing headfirst right into the front seat. He rubbed his red forehead, looking at his sister so pitifully. "Eldest sister, are you okay?" I loudly complained internally. What is wrong with eldest sister now, and why is Harry acting so fragile like a delicate little girl? Olivia heard me clearly, her eyes narrowing as she shot me a terrifying glare through the rearview mirror. I was still laughing internally when I met that icy gaze. I jumped. "You saw that, right? Melon, did she just glare at me? Her eyes are like knives looking right through my soul. Save me!" The system gloated. Correct, host. Olivia Moore's terrifying glare was just delivered, surprised, entertained. Happy, my foot, I screamed internally. Now I completely understand why Harry is so terrified of her. That gaze is not just a look. It is a mental attack with a piercing freeze effect. Who could withstand that? Hearing my complaints, the corners of Olivia's lips curved up slightly. Am I really that incredibly scary? Looking at me cowering in the mirror compared to my earlier smug attitude, she felt a strange and unfamiliar emotion suddenly rise within her. She lightly stepped on the gas, smoothly merging back into heavy traffic. When the car finally stopped at the gates of Zhongchang University, Harry looked like he was granted complete amnesty. He quickly said goodbye and sprinted onto campus looking panicked. I scoffed. Running so fast, is he rushing to reincarnate again? What a total coward. I stretched, waved casually at Olivia, and swaggered away, singing horribly off-key. Olivia watched my retreating back, a fierce fire of frustration burning within her. This disrespectful brat used to be a punching bag. Now he is completely shameless and extremely stubborn. At the cafeteria, I ordered my food and just sat down when Derek suddenly chuckled. Hey Max, you are totally trending again. I looked at him completely bewildered. What did I even do now, speak English? Derek mysteriously pulled out his phone. Twist time. Remember the freshman gossip group today? A girl claiming to be Harry's girlfriend showed up. I nearly spat out my food. A piece of braised pork literally fell from my chopsticks. His girlfriend. Who does she think she is? What girl is actually blind enough to date him? It is true. Derek shoved his phone over. I grabbed it rapidly, scrolling through the entire chat history. Harry's girlfriend had a massive attitude, just spamming dozens of voice messages. Derek winked. The crazy part is, out of every 10 sentences, 9.5 are just cursing you out. What did I even do to her? She publicly announced that if anyone sees you, they must report it to her immediately so she can deal with you personally. She literally swore that every time she sees you, she will beat you up. I was totally shocked. Man, did this crazy girl take the wrong meds, or did Harry feed her a brainwashing potion? Melon, quickly trace it. Who is this crazy woman? System replied, reporting to host. That is Sophie, eldest daughter of the Sophie family. Arrogant, impulsive, obsessed with handsome men. Danger level is 3 stars. Daughter of the Sophie family, Harry is really something else. He just got back and already bagged a literal ticking time bomb like this. What kind of crazy magic potion did he feed her? Derek leaned in super close, winking. What are you thinking about? Scared of that crazy chick? Scared my foot. I roared, stuffing a truly massive bite of rice right into my mouth. Let's see what happens next. It's just minor drama. Let's eat. Just as I grabbed some chicken, an explosive female voice rang out, completely drowning out the noise of the entire cafeteria. Let's dive in. Max Moore, you still dare to show up at Yongchung University. Such nerve. I calmly dropped my chopsticks, turning to face Sophie. She was glaring so hard you'd think she wanted to devour me completely. The whole cafeteria went completely silent. Highly amused, I raised one eyebrow. Hey, Melon, isn't this the very same Sophie who sobbed on the Zenith Hotel floor right after Felix got caught sneaking around? Did Harry seriously pick up Felix's leftover garbage? Overhearing my internal thoughts, Derek practically choked on his cold soda. Chloe, secretly on call, instantly dropped this massive gossip into the sisters' chat. I stood up, flashing a bright smile. Miss Sophie, last time you were wrapped in a hotel blanket screaming at my sister's ex-fiancé. Did you and Harry bond over hotel trauma? The cafeteria exploded into mocking laughter. Sophie turned completely pale, hiding her face and sprinting away in pure humiliation. I sat back down, smiling. Harry wants to destroy me. He really ought to check his own weapons first. Watch carefully now. That evening, I threw on a sharp suit for Sister Victoria's big college reunion. She hooked her arm through mine, her stunning beauty, stealing all attention. Suddenly, a greasy guy strutted right over. It was Chad. Victoria, my goddess, why not give me a chance tonight? He purred, completely and deliberately ignoring me. Victoria's expression turned freezing cold, but I smoothly stepped forward. Sorry, pal, her schedule is fully booked tonight. Chad scoffed aggressively, reaching out to shove my shoulder. Ding! Mission triggered. Reward incoming. Basic martial arts unlocked. A massive power surge filled me. As Chad lunged, I casually caught his wrist twisted hard and swept his legs out. With a huge crash, he slammed straight onto the marble floor. Next time you talk to my girlfriend, keep your distance. I glared fiercely. Victoria stared at my broad back, her heart skipping beats from a genuine sense of safety. Haha, I am so cool. Leaving tonight, though. Later, I tiptoed out with a heavy backpack. It held my cards, Chloe's 500 grand and Bugatti keys. Freedom here, I finally come. I know what you are thinking. Escape. Right as I hit the stairs, the room lit up. Going somewhere, brother? Olivia's icy voice echoed. I froze. Sitting on the massive sofa were all 5 sisters plus mom and dad. Kneeling there, looking completely defeated, was Harry. I was just going for a jog, I stammered. Penelope sighed deeply, snatching the backpack away. You absolute idiot! Did you really think only you had secrets? We hear everything. Your system escape plans complaining. My jaw practically dropped to the floor. Melon. You never said they could read my mind. System error. Initiating sleep mode. The system beeped, going completely silent. David Moore pointed straight at Harry. Thanks to your loud thoughts, we investigated him completely. We know all about his schemes with the Dunn family to ruin us. He's getting sent abroad tomorrow permanently. Harry glared at me with pure hatred while the bodyguards dragged him right out. Sarah pulled me into a very tight hug, getting teary-eyed. You protected us and defended this family, yet you constantly thought about running away because you assumed we would abandon you. You are our true son, Max. The 5 sisters totally surrounded me, smiling. Chloe flicked my forehead, warning that if I ever mentioned escaping again, she'd seize my Bugatti. Looking at their warm faces, all the heavy tension I carried since transmigrating completely vanished. Well, being a wealthy young master with 5 super protective sisters really isn't the worst fate in the world, I thought, smiling because we both loved this.